I was supposed to have a debate with the so-called nutrition science watchdog.
All right, I got to make a video here about two big updates going on, both concerning the debate situation with Bart Kay. VeganGains has dropped out. Now let's go back like 3 weeks when I first noticed that Bart's army was trying to get VeganGains to debate Bart. And then I made a video, a very strange video, saying that I don't think VeganGains should do that. The video was so strange that Bart Kay did a response to that video. It showed a lot of my video in his, made fun of me. And then, like 3 days later, VeganGains took the bait and accepted, as I thought he would. I could see it coming. But for the last 3 weeks, VeganGains has been toying with Bart, just basically ignoring the fact they're going to debate. And now just today, he announced that he is not going to debate him. So, things turned out the way I wanted them to, but not for the reason why I wanted them to. He decided this after seeing the other big news that just happened. And that is that Bart Kay got his first debate with somebody.
I was supposed to have a debate with the so-called nutrition science watchdog known as Bart Kay. I decided not to debate him for various reasons, and those reasons are about to become very apparent to you. But Bart Kay did end up debating a vegan doctor named Dr. Ricky on Ask Yourself's Discord. And Bart Kay just made a complete ass of himself. He didn't provide evidence for his claims.
I was kind of surprised that he wasn't getting anybody else. Makes me wonder, because I have actually been considering debating him. He did offer to debate me a couple weeks ago. So first, let's see some clips of the debate that Bart had and see how that went. Now, I was wrong. Bart said that he was putting on an act, being entertaining in his videos, and I believed him. I could see that it seemed like he could act normal. Let's see some of that debate.
I think the starting point of this kind of discussion should be at the top of the evidence hierarchy with high-level research, meta-analysis, case control studies, prospective cohort studies. That's how I would start. I mean, we can get, I don't know if you're interested in mechanism, we can get into mechanism, that's fine, but
I am only interested in mechanism. I am not interested in anything else but mechanism, because mechanism is what we need to support the claim, and it's not there.
All right, there he states very clearly how he wants to debate. And we've heard him talk about how science should work. And although that sounds pretty rigid there, I'm willing to accept that he is rigid in that way. If I were to debate him, I could handle that. Okay, I'm going to show more clips now here, some long clips, and there'll be some places where I'll want to make some comments. One thing I could say right now is this debate is not in video. I'm not sure why that is. Also, there's a lot of noises that are distracting there. And also the audio is not very good. I'll be able to clean most of this stuff up if I debate Bart. And we'll do it in a way that is more viewer-friendly. So here in this next clip, they get into cholesterol, as you might expect, LDL, and I'm starting to understand Bart's position here a little better. And so I won't be caught off guard if I debate him. And that's pretty good that this debate happened first. It'll make a debate between us much better. As the person opposing Bart, I will have learned from the other guy, from how this went. And maybe we can progress. Also, I am much different than the vegan in this debate, as I would not want to focus on studies, epidemiology. I don't want to focus on anything too much, but a little correlation, a little causation. And also I'd like to talk about how to think of science. Yeah, the debating over science. I want to do some of that. I think that will give everybody a bigger understanding of how to think. Yeah, just to think and to make health decisions, dietary decisions.
The starting point of a discussion about a medical topic should start with the strongest evidence we have. And the strongest evidence we have is not mechanistic evidence. That's not the strongest evidence. The strongest evidence is meta-analysis, case control, prospective cohort studies. So that's where I would start the discussion.
Okay, how many peer-reviewed publications have you ever been involved in yourself?
I have one publication.
Okay, how many different journals have you sat on the board as a peer reviewer for?
0.
Okay, so you're talking to a scientist who's a senior to you. Okay, so that's the first point.
I mean, that's not relevant to the discussion. Where I'm
what you're
doing,
you're claiming with authority. Hang on. It is important because you're claiming with authority that where we need to start, and you're claiming that we need to start at what you're calling high-level evidence, and I'm going to call bullshit on your high-level evidence, and I'm going to call bullshit on your hierarchy of evidence because there's actually nothing to support that other than dogmatic belief.
So it's dogmatic.
Mechanistic evidence is the evidence you need to prove a case. Okay, this debate is about whether LDL cholesterol causes atherosclerosis or whether it doesn't. The answer is it does not. Patently, clearly, and obviously, there is no mechanistic data whatsoever.
Okay, so far so good. I'm noticing that I am thinking of responses of how I'd handle what Bart is saying here, and a lot of it is different from what the vegan is doing. I believe I'd be able to avoid a lot of the problems that Bart encountered. So okay, this next segment here, Bart gets really into a mood, and I'm familiar with this mood. I understand it, and so again, I'd be able to handle it. Matter of fact, I would have liked to have been there when this segment happened.
When we're having a discussion, it's more helpful to put down our evidence. So when we have a scientific discussion, when there's a discussion between scientists, and I consider myself a scientist as well. I've been involved in science for my whole life. It's not helpful to say I'm a senior scientist, I'm a superior scientist. That's not helpful in a scientific discussion. What is helpful is I present my evidence for a claim that I'm making or a hypothesis I'm trying to support. You put down your evidence for the hypothesis that you have, and then we analyze the evidence to see what actually bears out. Going back again to the evidence hierarchy for a second, the reason why the evidence hierarchy is so important and why it is relevant in clinical research is because, as you know, what makes evidence valuable, or one of the key things that makes it valuable, is statistical power. So when you have meta-analysis, when you have large studies, you have a lot more patients involved, you have a lot more data involved. And as a study is more powered, it has more ability to produce results that are not due to chance, as you know.
Okay, what did they teach you on day one of your undergraduate studies with respect to causation versus association?
You can just keep going.
What did they teach you with respect to those two things?
There's a lot of things. There's nothing specific. There's many different things that we're talking about.
There's only one thing they teach you with respect to that on day one in any respectable medical school anywhere in the world. What is it?
Hey guys, let's keep this. Oh, sorry, was that Bart? I thought that was someone piping in. Let's keep it just Bart and Ricky.
That was me.
Sorry, I thought that was someone else. My bad.
So the question stands, what did they teach you, Doctor, on your first day of undergraduate studies with respect to causation versus association?
I don't recall.
God's sake. That these two things are not connected. You cannot infer causality from association.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. I'm not
excuse
against
me,
that.
I let you finish. It doesn't matter how strong a correlation you've got, or how big your sample is, or what your statistical power is.
Yeah, this was an interesting one to me. I would have liked to have been there, but I don't want to give away too much, you know. Bart's not the only one with secrets.